Hello, Gemini. Welcome to LettiSpeaks today. Today we're taking a look at the super blue moon and the energies that came in during the super blue moon. And it actually started yesterday, like midday yesterday. And so if you are new, welcome. My name is Letty. I hope you find solace here on our page, peace, welcoming energy. You are welcome. And so if you're feeling the energy, please like, share, comment, consider subscribing. If you do, hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I post new content or go live. All of those things would help to grow the page, to get the message out, maybe to somebody that can use this information. And so let's get started. I did lay out all of your cards to begin just for the sake of time. I'm using my Oracle Tea deck, also a couple of tarot decks, my Urban Tarot, and I'm using my 7 Energies Oracle deck along with my Angel Answers, okay? And so let's get started, Gemini. I hope you are well today. Let's take a look at the energies coming in for you during this time, okay? So to start, I hope you all are well today. Happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Y'all having tacos? So we have Wishbone. Now, wishbone, of course, is exactly what it sounds like. There is something that is being granted, some desire that you have, some wish that you've made known. And it was clarified by the 10 of Cups and the Page of Cups. Something that you may have already even started is going to be very fulfilling to you. It's going to give everything that you desired when you started it. If you've yet to start this, you're going to actually start something that's going to end up being very successful. You see all the water overflowing out of all these cups? That's success. That's fulfillment. That's achievement, right? And they're stacked up nicely. Nothing's falling over. It's all just overflowing with abundance. And so this could be, Cups does talk about emotional fulfillment. And so it could be in terms of connections. It could be in terms of engaging with something that just really makes you happy and gives a very direct level of enjoyment for you. I also have a wedge here. Wedge, there could be someone that's trying to come between you and someone that you know. This was clarified by the Knight of Swords and the 2 of Cups. This could be a lover. The 2 of Cups is soulmate energy. It's connection. Doesn't have to be. It could also be someone very close to you, like family. Someone you're emotionally connected to. There could be someone that is sowing seeds of discord behind your back or in places that you are not aware of. The Knight of Swords is actually you possibly getting a whiff of this, or there's something that's going to possibly let you know and give you information and clarity around this. The Knight of Swords could also be a very direct energy, right? This could even be someone that will do it all, in your face and not care whether you know or not. It could be something being done very openly and very bluntly as well. But the intent of discord is there. Now, I did pull out October for you. And the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles came out. So I feel like when the fall comes, this has something to do with the fall season. The 2 of Swords specifies some major change. The 5 of Pentacles, specifies some major change. The 2 of Swords is some decision that you will be made to make. Coming this fall, there's going to be a major shift that happens for you. And this may feel a lot like having to make a change or a decision that's out of your hands. This feels like a major shift in your life. So I don't know what things look like for you right now. For some of you, with this, all of this fulfillment around the cups energy, it feels like things may be going really well. And this doesn't mean that it has to be bad. There's just some major shift that's happening in October. That shift could actually, with Pentacles, it almost feels like either something to do with what it is that you do for work, career related, or it's a shift in your health in some type of way. Spirit could be giving you ample time. There may be something that you need to change about your health. Maybe you're being given opportunities to change that. So October is like in the next, 2 months? We have September. Yeah. So Spirit could be giving you ample time to change a routine or something that you're doing that's going to affect your health in a major way. Now, if this resonates, take it as it resonates. If not, then don't try to make it fit. But this Two of Swords feels like a crossroads, right? And it almost feels like it may not be something that you would have chosen. Spirit is going to bring this in. If you're not able to make that shift, Spirit will come in and help you make that shift. And it may not be pleasurable, Gemini. And so you're being given ample time to make this change. Whatever this is, you know what it is, okay? Even while I'm saying this, it's already there in your mind mentally. You know what it is. We also have Bow. Bo says that you are being highly thought of right now. There's somebody that sees you in a very high light. We have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. And so this could be you are being admired as being someone who is trustworthy, dependable, solid. Someone who is loyal, a secure source or connection that someone has. And then also someone who knows how to get in there and just get things done. Someone who is very strategic, very solid, very like you hold yourself in high esteem. You know what you're capable of and what you're worth. And you go for it. You get things done. Now, this could also be in light of who it is that actually is seeing you in a very high light, Gemini. So either it's another person who could be in masculine energy. Now, this could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus. I'm hearing Virgo for some of you. This could also be someone that's more in their feminine energy, and it could be Gemini or an Aquarius or a Libra. But whoever this is sees you in a very high light, and they look up to you. Maybe this is someone that you weren't quite sure about, kind of on the fence about, but they actually have made up their mind about you. And they see you as like an ornament, you know, like the cherry on top of everything that they see as, you know, their perfect person, or, you know, yeah, you're being seen in a very high light. Dark woman or dark-haired woman is coming in here. Maybe that resonates. There could be some change in regards to this relationship. with the Death and the Fool, you could be changing up some things and possibly either welcoming this person in for this fresh start or moving away from this person for this fresh start. The Death does talk about some level of change, needing something different, needing like a refresh or a restart or a redo, needing reprieve and to just move away to restore your energies and your systems. And then the Fool is being ready to, experience something new. And so this could be, like I said, someone that you've made the decision to really try something new or someone new. This could be the person coming in through this energy or the person that you're moving away from. Then we have family sorrows coming in with Weeping Willow Tree. Now this was clarified by the Ten of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Devil. Okay, and so whatever this disappointment, this sorrow, this burden is, it could definitely be something that you have a connection to. Of course, it's family. It sounds like that actually is a heavy level of responsibility, a heavy level of weight that could be causing a lot of conflict in your life. I feel like this could almost have something to do with addiction as well. Possibly it could have something to do with lack of integrity, lack of standards. It's almost like having someone in your court that, you know, you kind of have, it's someone close to you, but you kind of have to watch your back because they steal or because they maneuver in a shady way to try to, you know, get things that will only benefit them, and they don't really care who it affects, you know. And so there's some level of mental connection with this, and you may in fact know something that you're not saying. You may in fact have noticed and you realize there's this deeper knowing that is causing you a lot of difficulty right now, a little bit of heartache as well. Yeah. And so now that's the energies that you are possibly, you know, dealing with, for some of it wrestling with, for some of it, you know, enjoying as well. There's a plethora of things happening around you right now, my Geminis. Now, how you can best utilize this energy, let's take a look. So I did pull from my African Goddess Rising, but I'm going to speak in terms of masculine and feminine energy as these energies are presented. So we have Marie Laveau bringing good juju. We have Mami Wata bringing the energy of naked. We have Mamlambo bringing in the energy of self-sabotage, and Atiti bringing in the energy of worthiness. And now to start with Marie Laveau, she's definitely fire energy, and she brings in the energies around ancestors. And so this is like historical energies and ancestors coming in. And there could be something as it pertains to you, Gemini, that you've been given, that's been passed down to you. And it doesn't always have to be, when we talk about inheritance, it's not always money. It's not always things and material things. Sometimes it's a gift. Sometimes it's knowledge, right? Sometimes it's a certain connection with someone that actually brings in a level of favor to the line, right? So there's that type of energy around you. Good juju. You have a good luck. You have a great level of favor. There's something that's being poured in that you are needing to understand so that you can utilize that. With Marie Laveau, she was actually known to be very popular back in New Orleans and established herself in the spiritual community. And she also was known to be a priestess as well. But she brings in that energy of abundance. Yeah, so there's lots of energy of abundance that Spirit is making available for you. So understand that you are in that energy right now so that you can utilize it. This is a time of increase for you. The energies are ripe for whatever that thing that may have been in the back of your mind that you've been wanting to start or do. We did have the Page of Cups coming out here with the promise of the 10 of Cups. If you carry it through, this is your time, Gemini. This might be the time for you to jump in and start that thing while the energies are high and in your favor. As it pertains to Mami Wata. Now, Mami Wata is a water element, which means that this is the energy of fluidity, emotional energy, intuitive energy, and cleansing energy. She's also from the temple of griots. Now, the griots are storytellers and historians. They're entrusted with cultural continuity. That makes sense because you, Gemini, are a communicator, an excellent communicator, and many times your giftings will align with your ability to convey messages and, speak in a very effective way. And so this may in fact be also Spirit giving you understanding of the energy that you contain right now. There's an effective level of communication that you have, and that if you are silent or if you are hiding this level of gifting or influence that you have, Mami Wata comes in to heal that. If you have a blocked throat chakra right now, Mami Wata is releasing those blocks so that you don't no longer have to feel like you have to be silent. As a matter of fact, there is a level of vulnerability and openness that Mami Wata wants to bring you into. You being afraid to be naked and vulnerable is causing you to hold back from your superpower, right? That vulnerability, that nakedness is not your shame. It's your superpower, Gemini. And so allowing yourself to tap into like even the energy of emotions, right? It means being vulnerable enough to be real and to allow the light to shine through your darkness. Vulnerability is a strength, right? It's not a weakness. And so your ability to practice transparency is going to strengthen your effectiveness through your communication, through you being able to convey your messages, your ideas, even your influence. And so this is you stepping out and using what you have, having the courage to feel and express your feelings without feeling like you have to switch that up to fit a certain perspective, right? It's being completely authentic and completely you, bare and naked. That's what this card is called, Mami Wata, naked. So Gemini, use your gifts, speak your truth, share your story, be open, right? There's a level of appreciation that will be cultivated around that vulnerability and strengthen your position. And then get comfortable being there as well. That is your power, your superpower. Now, we also had Mamlambo, which is in the element of bush. And so this is very innate energy. It's physical, primal, tactile, grounded energy. And she's from the Temple of Shadows. Now, the shadows is usually that part of ourselves that we hide, that we do consider shameful, that we don't want anyone to know about, but unbeknownst to many, that's actually also part of your superpower. It's within the shadow that our greatest gifts lie. This could be you holding yourself back from your blessing. I don't know what part of yourself you could be hiding, right? Or ignoring, or even using substances to try to stuff down or numb or avoid, right? But it could even have something to do with something even not even related to you. This could be even relating to an ancient pain that was passed down to you. And in avoiding that, you usher yourself into this energy of self-sabotage, because it's in going through that, in acknowledging and confronting and dealing with that, that you will blossom, that you will grow, that you will become even more of what you have been created to be. And don't get it twisted, because our inner saboteur is very clever, right? Our inner saboteur knows how to navigate and avoid. It knows how to seduce and adapt behaviors that actually block our true path and our true power, right? Things like distractions. You know what distracts you, Gemini. Things like addictions. You know what those cravings are, those unhealthy habits that are preventing you from being your best. Whatever that is, you know who or what the inner bully is trying to tell you, right? In those very vulnerable moments. Right? Those parts of us when we get a little jealous, or when we get angry, when things don't quite go our way and we're not sure what to do. We get stuck, right? Knowing that we should head down a certain path, but there's like that energy of procrastination that keeps us in those toxic patterns or relationships as well. And so Mamlambo comes to let you know that it's through acknowledging and confronting those behaviors, not avoiding them, not sweeping them under the rug, not adapting seductive patterns to slither our way through or around it, to disguise it as something else, but it's calling it what it is. Calling it what it is. And then having compassion on yourself. Yeah. Some things that we're going through has nothing to do with us. It's something that was handed down. But you were selected to break the pattern. Right? Some things do have to do with us because of choices that we made. You also are selected to break that pattern. Right? And so this is coming in to pull up that shadow energy. You may need to do some shadow work. If you're not sure what that is, look it up, okay? Confronting those fears, confronting those parts of ourselves that we don't really want to deal with or acknowledge, okay? Spirit is bringing this up right now, so it has to be important for you, Gemini. And then lastly, we have Atiti, which brings in the energy of worthiness. She is from the Bush tribe, again, that tactile, very innate natural energy that, is very grounded and primal. And she's from the goddess of warriors. And so the front line, right? Fighters. These are those that would stand on the front line and stand in their internal power, right? And so she brings in the energy again of stop hiding. So there's something about you really needing to step out, Gemini. That message is reiterating several times over. There's something that needs to be cracked open and revealed and let out. Because she's bringing in the energy of worthiness, understanding that you don't have to hide or play small or shrink, right? Stand tall like an oak tree. And you realize that you're mighty. And also realize that life doesn't always have to be perfect, right? You can actually embrace your own level of perfection. Right where you are, right how you are, for real. You're worthy. It's the fact that you were born worthy. You don't have to earn that. And that's not something that anyone else can give you. That's born from within yourself, the understanding of that. So there's something about the need to accept some part of yourself. Yeah. That you are deserving, you're worthy. Even those dark parts of you are deserving of your love and your attention. And so somebody needs to hear that you are important. You matter, okay? And if for some reason you're someone who is putting others above yourself and having a hard time choosing yourself, you matter. More importantly than those that you have placed above yourself. And so it's okay to choose yourself. That doesn't mean that you are selfish when you choose yourself. Okay? Now, what is it that you need to recognize during this super blue moon? We have the Magician. The Nine of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Hermit, and Dominion. Dominion. And so it almost feels like there's a level of worry around what it is that you want to see come to pass, like whether or not it will. It is what this feels like. There's a level of worry that you could be in right now. There's something that you're wanting to control that is out of your control. You could be finding other venues to make up for that level of not being in control, right? Be careful. We just talked about that. Be careful with what you choose to soothe yourself, Gemini. Make sure that it's healthy. And you could really feel like just running away. I feel like I do feel like you carry a heavy level of potential. Like I feel like I'm talking to someone who is very magical, someone who likes to get things going, who likes to create, someone who could actually be tapped into spirituality very heavily. There's something that you're wanting to really change in life right now. And Spirit wants you to recognize the fact that you do hold all of the ingredients for this change. You do hold the power to make that change that you're wanting to see in your life. You're someone who sees what you want, or you see something that you want to change, and you just period, point blank, go and do it. Yeah. There's a level of effect that you have on those and around you and on your surroundings. It's almost like there's some part of you that's very infectious. Now, about this worry, though, right now could be a time where you could be experiencing a little bit of sleeplessness, imagining like the worst that could happen around this thing that you're worried about. You could sit in a place where you have lots of enjoyment, lots of fulfillment around you, lots of gain and happiness. But there could be something in particular that's not quite aligning with where you want it to be. You may be seeing something in a very cruel way right now, or wondering, asking, why does things have to be so cruel, right? And so that's what I'm feeling like in this Nine of Swords. There's something that you could be seeing or experiencing yourself. I feel like you're seeing this and you're wondering, why does things have to be so cruel? So air is thinking energy. And it's understanding that we hold a lot of power mentally. As long as we live, there will always be problems, you know. And so it's really understanding your ability to choose how you will actually invest your energy. When you give thought to something, you're investing energy in it. And some things you may not have the power to change. It's accepting that. There's a prayer, a very popular prayer that asks, you know, allow me to change the things. Give me the strength and the courage to change the things that I can change, but also give me the serenity and the ability to accept the things that I can't. And so the mind is a powerful thing, Gemini. And it even has the ability to create sickness in the body when we allow our thoughts to continuously be guided into energies of sickness, right? It is a product of what we feed it. On one hand, on the other hand, I'm also hearing that there's a level of control that needs to be released. Like you can't really control everything or everyone, and that's okay. You don't have to. And not to be sure that you don't adapt this energy or this pattern of using your mind as a weapon. That's for someone as well. And perpetuate this mental violence. But we're called to really protect those that we love. And someone may need to be reminded of that. Like if you can't do anything about it, sometimes it's okay to just walk away. Just walk away. Don't fight with it. Find other ways to actually invest your energy. I do see the 9 of Pentacles here, which brings in that energy of really taking your independence and moving and doing things that you love, doing things that sow into your spirit. Taking your independence and actually realizing that you hold a level of power to create, this very relaxing, enjoyable environment. You can do that. You have the means to do that, right? And so really it's making a decision. Yeah, there are things that need attention, but it may not necessarily be your responsibility to go over and do that. Matter of fact, sometimes we need to allow, things to hit rock bottom. That sometimes is the only way that people learn. That's the way we learned, and so there's a lot going on with that 9 of Swords. However that resonates for you, just understand that there's a level of release here. Where you need to pull your focus and your energy back and redirect it. If you pray, right? If you meditate, just visualize the best outcome, right? And then go back to what it is that you need to do, Gemini, okay? That might be the best way, not only to protect yourself, but also to allow room for spirit to move, okay? And we have the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is a time where the answers that you're seeking are going to come when you avail yourself and when you actually go within, pull yourself away. You may be being guided right now. I always get this energy with you, Gemini, of being guided. I feel like Spirit is still pulling. And this may have been something that you have been avoiding, right? It's part of that avoiding seeing yourself, avoiding those parts of yourself that you may not really want to address. But Spirit, again, is pulling you away, asking you to step away into your closet, away from everyone, away from everything. Sometimes we are even in that energy so much so that we could be surrounded by lots of people and even being, celebrated and loved, but still and yet there's a huge part of our experience where we feel alone. You ever felt like that? Just sat surrounded by people, but at the same time you feel more alone than you have ever felt. Because there's places that we've been called to, each of us. There's a time in life where we're being called to a place where no one else can go. So whether you realize that this is a calling to separate yourself or not, the experience still comes forward. Okay? And so the Hermit is actually about solitude. It's about seeking wisdom. And that's a wisdom away from other people. It's taking the time to pull away and isolate yourself so that you can hear yourself clearly, so you can hear yourself think. And this is only for a time. I know a lot of the Geminis are social creatures. They're communicators by nature. But there is a time to go within to seek guidance and direction. There could be answers that you're looking for. Well, it's waiting for you in your closet. It's waiting for you when you go out and get alone so that your path can be illuminated. And this has a lot to do, too, with the energy of the High Priestess. It's when we get alone and get quiet and isolate that we learn to accept like deeper insights. Kind of like the high priestess, right? That level of intuition, that deep knowing, being connected to the moon, that darker aspect of our psyche, you know, and understanding that. There's a journey that Spirit is calling you to. Yeah, to the underworld. And I don't mean that as a dark place, but it's to go within. Yeah. There's parts of yourself that is calling for attention, Gemini. And there's guidance that can only be given when you're willing to get still, get by yourself and be quiet and listen. And explore, right? Don't be afraid to go there. You'd be surprised what you come out with. And this Two of Wands is basically releasing control, right? It's called dominion because that's exactly this interesting connotation of wanting to take, you know, this very direct steps to make something specific happen. It's almost like wanting everything to just, you know, rotate around what it is that we see, how we want it to go. But we need to release it, okay? There's something that needs to be released. There's something that needs to be released. And until we release it, it'll continue to be a struggle. I feel like that's what this is really coming to a head and showing you, that until it is released, then it will continue to be a struggle. Because we can't really dominate people by asserting our will over them. And wands are about tools, right? They're about this fire that has the ability to actually potentially turn into a weapon depending on how it's used. Because a wand it's a stick, it's a tool of divination many times. It's us asserting our will in our own life. But when we talk about the twos, that means someone has been added into that energy. So there's something or someone that you could be trying to assert your will over, but it doesn't necessarily happen that way because we all have our own divine will. We have our own choices and decisions, right? And we're all responsible for our own. We can't assert that over anyone else. And so that may be very much a struggle that needs to be released, that Spirit is bringing to your recognition amongst these other energies that are happening around you, that are happening within you. This is stuff that Spirit is bringing up so that you can see it during this time. Now, what you do with that, we have free will, right? This is just energy. It's just information. It's up to you. If you are able to be open to the information being revealed, the energies around you during this super blue moon, we have the shining through, the land between, and roots of abundance. And now, first of all, with shining through, this is definitely that energy of self-expression without filters, not feeling like you have to change your authentic message that's coming up from your heart space to make it palatable or to make it, suitable for others, but it's taking off the mask and allowing the authentic expression to just come through. Authentic communication. Not only that, being very happy with that, proud of that, shining in the world exactly as you've been created, refusing to make yourself small. So I don't know if there are situations that's challenging your authority, that's challenging your authenticity, which seems a little weird for Gemini, because Gemini usually doesn't succumb to those type of pressures, right? But you know, we're all a work in progress. Our paths are different. There's different challenges. So for whoever this is relating to or resonating with, there's some level of self-expression that needs to be uttered and released without any type of guilt or feeling like you have to change something about that. You're being called to step into your power and your essence, okay? Just as it is. That is your strength, your superpower. A lot of this message has been about you showing up as yourself, not who you think people want you to be or who you think people see you as, but there's a mask that Spirit is asking you to take off. And you're going to shine brightly. Either way, right? It's just when you take that mask off, you're going to be shining brightly in your authentic self. There's nothing hidden. You no longer have to hide or pretend. And then we have the land in between. I feel like this is definitely a process that's underway. Maybe as you see yourself right now, you can definitely look and see how you've grown, where you've come from, but not quite sure what it looks like, where you're going. Being okay with what used to be, while also waiting and evolving into what will be. Like it's almost like a gray area, like a void in between. So for many of you, you could be going through this transformation, a metamorphosis of such, right? And so you're in the process of change, many of you. And you're no longer going to be able to be who you used to be. It's just not going to fit anymore. And many of you realize that. You can't be who you were. But you're also waiting to discover what it is that you'll be like, where you're moving to as you're changing. So there's like this in-between where you could find yourself right now, which is it's a difficult energy to be in, or to even acknowledge that you're in. It's a difficult process to embrace, because many times we want to know all the details. Well, if I give this up and if I step forward and make this change, well, what's going to happen? I need to know before I make this change. But sometimes life doesn't, our path doesn't give us that type of clarity all the time. It's moving in faith and trusting the universe, trusting the Creator that where you're going is going to be so much better than anything you've experienced before. And when you get there, when you look back, you're going to be glad that you took that journey, that unexpected journey, without necessarily having a definite outcome in mind. You just stepped out. You just allowed yourself to be reborn and to change and to leave things behind that you once called home, that was once very comfortable and a part of you. And so someone's in that in between. You could even be like around 40. You could be like in your mid-years, right? Someone could be having midlife crisis right now. I'm hearing that as well. And that's okay too. That's what life is about. It's about change. Everything about us changes constantly. When we're a baby, our hair is a certain way. When we get older, it changes. When we get old, in old age, it changes again. Our skin constantly changing, our perspective on life constantly changing. Not all of those changes are said to be comfortable and easy to accept. That's what midlife crisis is. It's being in shock that, oh my gosh, I'm getting older. But what's the alternative? What's the alternative to getting older? So yes, getting old is a blessing, right? And then with roots of abundance, this is for someone going back to anchoring yourself and feeling secure in life and trusting and believing in the abundance that you have. It's understanding that everything that has happened up to this point is actually rooted and grounded around your purpose and your path. It hasn't happened to you, but it's happening for you. It's understanding and believing that. Yeah. Not seeing yourself as a victim, but grounding yourself in the limitless potential that we all carry, that we all have. Now, when we talk about a tree, which is the picture here, a tree is rooted. Like, you can't just come along and just knock this over. These roots go so deep down into the ground. It is said that equally to the height of the tree, above the earth, the roots go down equally as far. And so it is grounded in the earth just as much as it has come to fruition from the land. And so when that happens, right, when we get grounded like this tree, and we did have an alluding to being grounded like an oak tree earlier in this message, there is a level of stability that we have, that when things happen, it may not necessarily happen our way, but it just happens, and it doesn't uproot us from where we are. It doesn't shake us. It doesn't cause us to go into this frenzy and cause life to become just totally distorted. No, when we become rooted and grounded and we understand how everything is working, we become anchored in our story of our life. We trust that we're being taken care of regardless of outer conditions or who's not acting right. We understand that what's happening is happening for us, right? Then we can become grounded. Not only that, we begin to manifest with ease. And we set intentions around that. Our life becomes a manifestation. And so if you're open to accept that, this message is just simply stating that for you, life is safe and secure. It's understanding that everything that you've intended is coming to fruition. Believe that. All your hopes, all your dreams, right? Firmly taking root and being grounded so that you can reach the levels that you have been purposed to reach in life, and also expand in ways that you didn't even realize that you could. And it's acknowledging too when we're not thinking or being grounded and being able to pull ourselves back in. That's what growth is. It's taking every situation and making it a good situation for us. Understanding that nothing just happens by chance, like it's all purpose-filled. That's my favorite quote. Nothing happens by chance. Let's see. So is there a question that you have, Gemini? Get that question in your mind. Is there something that you could be concerned about? I definitely feel like there is. Lots of energy came out through that Nine of Swords. We're going to get some angel answers before we end out this reading for you. To the angels, what do you have to say to Gemini? To the angels, what do you have to say to Gemini? If you are enjoying this reading, please take a moment to stop and like, share, comment. If you're new here and you're enjoying the message, you're enjoying the energy on this page, I ask that you consider subscribing. If you do, hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever new content is posted or if I go live. Okay. Thank you, my Gemini friends. To the angels, what does, is there anything you want to say? So one just jumped out at me. Ooh, okay. Recovery. So there could be a need to, I'm hearing, acknowledge your situation. This could be you. This could be someone connected to you that is needing assistance. We can't, there's some things that we can't do on our own. We have to reach out for help. As much as we want to be the one to go in and rescue people, we have to allow them to get the help that they need. And that goes for us sometimes too. There could be something that we've gotten into that actually is over our head. Maybe it didn't start out that way. Maybe it started out as something very, you know, fun, very something that you did in your pastime, but somehow it ended up being something that took control. But there's a need for recovery. There's a need to ask for the help that you need, Gemini. Again, this could be you. This could be someone connected to you. Now's the time to do that. And success is guaranteed. I feel like for plans that you're making, for some of you, this 10 of Cups that came out early in the reading, with that Page of Cups, there's something that you're starting, or there could be a question that you have in your mind. Is this going to work? I'm hearing, should I do it? And your angels are saying, yeah, you should, and it's going to be successful. Remember, success is not just the outcome. Success is you being able to step out on the leading of your heart. Sometimes we do things for our own personal enjoyment. Sometimes we do them to put them out and to bless others and to share with others. However that goes, the fact that you've stepped out on the leading of your heart is a success. Even though I feel like this is much more than that. This is you bringing in a level of recognition and rewards around what it is that you will do. It is a success already before you've even decided to step out and do it. It was. And then your angels are saying the situation will improve. So whatever that is that you have on your mind, let's get one more. I do feel like this is a difficult time for you, Gemini, as it relates to your connections, your relationships, your close familial relationships, your close love relationships. There's difficulties that you are experiencing right now. Let's see. So, improving health, remain positive, and choose a new direction. I also got that here too, about health and making a change and something happening in October. And so choose a new direction could be asking you to go ahead. I feel like this is something that you already have some type of instruction about. It's just a matter of doing it. There's a level of procrastination of doing something different that's going to give you a different outcome as it pertains to your health. Also, getting in environments that are going to be positive. Remember that energy we were talking about mental stability has a lot to do with what we're feeding our minds and what we're allowing ourselves to ruminate on. Get positive, get around positive energy, positive people. That has a great effect on health as well, and improving health. Okay, and so that is my message for you, Gemini. Stay away from negativity. I'm hearing your angels say, if it's negative, just stay away from it, avoid it. Okay, thank you so much, my Geminis. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this message around the super blue moon. This is what's coming in, what may already be here for you. If you like the message, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I hope you all take care of yourself, and I hope you decide to just make decisions that are good for you. Okay, and this allow other things to just settle as they will. Okay, all things are working for your good. Remember that, Gemini. Until next time, it's been LettiSpeaks. Take care.